So if Yahweh Shai didn't know, how much more?
Yeah, and this is the problem with Zabak. When you go to John 16:13, he said he shall guide you into all truth. Apostles of Great Millstone didn't wake up and have the whole truth.
Right.
It had to be guided, which means in motion. If you're stuck in the one West, the mark of the beast, not the microchip, what you've been taught, you're not guided, meaning you're stagnant.
That's a lake.
And the scripture says...
not a lake, a pond.
A pond.
A swamp.
Yep, the scripture says what? Was it John 17, I think? The living waters. The scriptures are moving, living waters, it's moving. You know? Go ahead, brother.
Come. Come. This is Mark 13:7. It says, and we ye shall hear of war. Now this is going to the elect, right? The people that already know. The people that's already spiritually somewhat prepared for this stuff, man. It says, and when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. What's the hearing of wars and rumors of wars? That's what's going on now.
Yeah,
so
we just...
What you say?
No, we just sent troops over to the Middle East. Or,
right.
You know.
You're hearing of it. You're seeing it on movies. You know. You're seeing it on even video games. Things like that. You know, and further, deeper, you're seeing it on the news.
Yeah.
Real time, man. Hey, live on the news.
If you notice, they running more ads for recruit.
They are.
Military recruiting now.
They are. It says, be ye not troubled. That's us. You know? We not supposed to be troubled behind that, man. And no doubt you gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, this is really going to start kicking off. No doubt. You know, because none of us, nobody, I don't care who you are, nobody on the planet has ever experienced anything that's coming, man. And it's easy for us to say right now, but when that time comes, man, it's going to depend on your faith. And some groups out there say, especially Christians, you know, say that you don't need faith. You know?
Where's that in the Bible?
Where's that in the Bible, man? All through the scriptures it say you need faith. So where the hell you get that from?
Without faith, it's impossible to please
the Lord, man. You know? You need faith to get through every day of your life, man. So where you get that from? Right?
Well, they say you don't need the law either.
Right. So you're telling me all these grocery stores start shutting down, the jobs start getting pulled, you know, and everything just start going to hell. You telling me you don't need faith? You tell them that's basically saying, excuse my language, fuck the Lord, man. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
You niggas are stupid, man.
And they got faith that that direct deposit going to hit at 12 a.m.
Exactly. They got faith for that. They got faith in Esau's system, man. That's all our people got faith in is Esau's system, man.
And they got faith that perm going to hold too.
Yeah.
No, I just threw that out there. People got faith in the wrong things, man. Nigga, woman got faith that perm gonna hold right.
Yeah,
you know? But yeah, you was right on that, huh?
Yeah, come on. Hey, that's all I have.
That right deposit gonna hit too. Yeah. Yep. Hey, they right there. Look, they right there checking the banking app, making sure it hit. I mean, you remember when everybody was running out getting them rush cards? They could get their paycheck. You remember the rush card? Day before, you get your paycheck a day early. Now people got faith in the wrong things. You got that, huh? All right.
This is Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
And that's the valley of decision. That's the valley where it's all going to go down, man. The war is going to end all wars. And you see that slowly but surely, the spirit is getting on nations to go over in that area. You know, they want to battle for is one of the Gulf of Suez, if I'm saying it wrong, but they want their hot zone because just like over here, the Panama Canal is a major transfer point for deliver goods. Well, over there in the Middle East if you hold that area down, if you got control of that area, then you pretty much got control of the world or the Middle East. All of that even ties back into history with the old Silk Road, Silk Route. You know, that was a major trade route. So they in the Middle East, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, gathering for that war. You know,
that's how the so-called Jewish rats got rich, because they was, you know, in a particular region, and you know, it was like a shortcut to get through Europe.
Yep.
You know, and in order to go through that shortcut, they charge you more than with the other route. And people ain't want to go the longer route.
Right.
You be all day.
Right.
You know, so what they'll say, okay, well, you go my route, we want more.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what, you know, these other countries in that region, you know, they're in a prime region.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of oil in Iran,
Yep.
you know, amongst other things.
Yep.
You know?
Well, when they took down Tsar Nicholas, those guys, the Jews, they were loan sharks,
Yeah.
bankers and loan sharks. That's how they made their money. Doing exactly what they did, swindling. Like when you go to these pawn brokers, that's why the Jews own all those pawn brokers. That's how they got in money. And the Federal Reserve ain't nothing but another pawn broker.
Yep.
You know, with the gold, you get your money. They create their own money and then back it by gold.
Yep.
And then they lend it out to people and they want back with interest. This is how the Jews always made their money.
Yep.
A lot of Muslims out here.
Con. In their Talmud, that they practice a witchcraft of getting over. Like they want to master the way of finagling people out of their money. That's why they got the term called "Don't Jew me." You know, I hope I don't get Jewed this time. And what's the main lawyer people go get? A Jewish lawyer.
Because that's where you get the term jewelry.
Yep, jewelry. Yep, jewelry.
They say going.
Yeah, but that's
These people walk up and down and say, when it comes to Pastor Jamal Bryant standing here, they'll stop.
Yeah, if he was out here with
for words.
Yeah, if he was out here with Kirk Franklin, it'd be a whole the harbor be lit with people.
Yep. Because the government controls the entertainment.
Yep.
Kirk Franklin, no homo.
Yeah, and he got cut by a street. It could have been a street preacher, man. They suppose they did a sit down and going over the scriptures, but I doubt it. That Christian ain't got it. You know, this is where the men that got it at. You know, the men that's teaching the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
They can't believe that God hates. What?
Yeah.
Who told you that? God hates. No, God is love. You know, that's
Right.
crazy. Yeah, he loved, but he just destroyed that goddamn island and put it underwater.
Yeah, that was a lot of love right there. To
He got abortion clinics opening up, killing tons of children.
Yeah.
And then when they find out the truth from the Israelites, then they go into atheism.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's impossible. It's impossible those bums know what they talking about.
But the white man can continue to send militaries in war zones and strikes and blow up innocent children.
Yep.
Nobody has a problem with the white man doing that, though.
Right.
Right? Killing people.
When have we, you know, average niggas from the hood sent a drone strike to over in the Gaza Strip? When have we ever done that?
Hey,
you know,
amen to that, right?
Hey, yeah, right. When have we went over Saudi Arabia, set down landmines, forgot where they all at, and now kids over there losing limbs and soldiers dying from landmines that's been set they done forgot about, man.
And then they come in the name of peace.
Yeah.
It's all about love and peace. Then they had this phony holiday called Christmas, man.
Yeah.
And now people don't even know what Christmas means or where it comes from.
Hey, we in that season. This what was it? The solstice.
Halloween.
The solstice season just started the other day with the moon cycle.
Yep.
You know.
Halloween next.
You can kind of see that, like, because the new moon's supposed to come in. Did it come in last night?
Tonight.
It come in tonight? Because I know the Sabbath comes in tonight.
Right,
But every time the new moon comes in, that's
yeah.
when the weather starts changing.
Weather
And you
changing.
see right now the weather changing.
I said it the other night. I felt the drastic change that night. Like this feels like fall, but then the next day it was like 90-something degrees.
That's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
Next week's going to go back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s. And you know, Jake got the dumb terms, Indian summer and things.
Yeah.
Nah, man, these are the signs that the Lord is about to make his return, man. You know, all of this is written in the scriptures. You got it now.
All right, continuing on. And will plead with them, therefore my people and my heritage Israel,
Yep.
whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
Hey, we're pleading with you people now. But and your spirit is telling us that, hey, we don't want to be judged or corrected by y'all. Let the Lord correct. That's like when they wanted to Moses, they wanted to speak to the Most High themselves. And when he made himself known, they like, nah, you speak to him, Moses. So you want the Lord's judgment, then go ahead and receive his judgment. Because his judgment is death, man.
Well, David said that. I take the Lord's
Take
judgment.
the Lord's judgment.
Because he is a spiritual man. That was also in the book of Luke with Yahushua when they talked about bringing the talents. was like, well, I know you, Lord, you're more merciful. And the Lord cut him. Get out of here, man. You know? Anything come from these scriptures is hardcore, man. You know?
I thought Ronald Reagan was here.
Oh man,
Like Reagan.
that's our
Hey, Ronald.
Edomite.
Ron Reagan.
Yeah, we do like Ronald.
All right, that was it on that out.
Yeah, come on.
Get a
Hey,
slide.
Ronald. Hey, you got
Yeah,
Ronald.
Class T 7 and 8.
You like Ronald Reagan.
camera.
Like Ron Reagan.
Like Ronald Reagan.
Hey, he got a problem or something.
Hey, but they say we all look alike.
Yeah.
The hell we don't. You know, these a lot of them Edomites look alike, man.
They do. Talk about them boots that he always like say, hey, man can look alike. Ronald Reagan.
Right.
Get the hell out of
Yeah, well, him and his wife. The war on drugs. It actually was the war on niggas, man. The war on the ghettos. Because what happened? While that opioid epidemic going on now, they call it the opioid epidemic. But back then it was just the war on drugs. Say no to drugs. Just say no. It's more of it's an epidemic. It's a concern now because there are people being affected by it.
Yep.
You know, you got people all in the Midwest just strung out on opioids, man.
Yep.
In the suburbs as well, because the war on drugs, supposedly that was just in the inner city when it was affecting the so-called blacks and Latinos.
Yeah.
Like the brother brought out the opioid epidemic. That's the prescription pills, and that's
Just say no.
In Anne Arundel County. I used to frequently ride through there. It used to say they had a fire department that had a sign that say Anne Arundel County had this many deaths by fire. Now they took that down and say that Anne Arundel County it has this many people OD'd from opioids and this amount of many people died. And this is a firehouse.
Yeah, you
Right.
know why? Because they got to go to them. They
Yeah.
respond,
Yeah.
and they got to hit them with that Narcan.
Yeah.
Bam.
Yeah, but their initial job is to
It's a
fight
fire.
fires.
Right,
But
right.
they fighting more opioid problems than
Absolutely.
fires.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Good point.
If I can say this too,
Absolutely.
because you're talking about the war on drugs, Esau, now they're trying, you know, back in the day they used to tank, well they did tank marijuana is the worst drug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now they got it to where they're putting it out there, which is it's a natural product. You know, just like tobacco is a natural product. You know, but now the people are smoking and stuff like that, and they acting like marijuana is a natural product, but they're not smoking it or using it for those natural benefits.
Right.
You know,
And-
but
and-
Esau is
and
putting
it's
it out there to try to get more money.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
cocaine and opioids,
Right.
poppy seeds and stuff, that's all from the earth.
Right.
Yeah.
They just chemically enhance the shit.
Right.
Well, nothing wrong with the Native Americans use like cocoa leaves and stuff like that.
Right.
Yep.
Coca-Cola, cocaine was the
put it-
original
Right.
ingredient in Coca-Cola.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what they did is, you would go, I forgot his name, but they put that in ingredient, and what you would go, and you would go sit on a stoop, right? When you go in the bars, that's where they get the bars
Oh yeah,
from.
yeah.
And they would say, somebody would come up and say, give me my shot.
Shot. Yeah.
They was actually shooting you with cocaine.
Damn.
And then they turned it from shooting you, like you would go in a bar and they would actually shoot you with cocaine. That's why when you go in the bar now and you say, give me a shot of liquor, they're talking about their shot. And then they start putting it in Coca-Cola, because people were addicted to it.
Yep.
The FDA didn't have no bans on coca leaves because they figured it was natural.
Yep.
Yeah, they use it in these hospitals too. This is kind of like an anesthetic. You
Yeah.
know, to numb your gums or something like that, or numb your system if something happens to you. You know? But like you said, it's a natural stuff, but
Yeah.
it's like I ain't.
No, right, it works too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to
Get your
use
teeth
it.
worked on you.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hit me with that shit.
Novocaine.
Yeah, they use it in dentistry a lot too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dentistry.
hey, I ain't gonna be over righteous. Hit me with that, you know. Hey, do y'all know about the Bible at all?
What about concubines?
You ever heard of concubines? Concubines are sex slaves.
We're looking
According
at
to the Bible.
we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 future ones. Those guys are harsh. They don't know what to say out their mouth.
They're gonna
Hey,
go tell their brothers. They said we're gonna be concubines.
hey, so what was right? So what was being said to that guy that was hanging over the tree and all everybody pointing up, making postcards out of?
Look, they turn around.
What was being said to those men? Okay, what was being sold to such our daughters when we were being sold from one